So the next bit of ornamentation we're going to do is going to be a hammer-on. And it's as the name sounds, you're going to hammer down, bring the hammer down from one thing to another. And that's what's going to voice our next note for us. So how hammer-on looks in tab is you're going to have an arch that goes over from your origin note to your destination note. And sometimes it just says HO over the top of it as well to make it a little bit easier. Now the thing with hammer-ons is if you're bringing something on, you can never go to the lower note doing a hammer-on. It's always going to be, if we think about it, if I play an open to 2 hammer on the 4th string, I'm going to play it open, bring my finger down on the 2nd fret. To bring the hammer down, it has to come down onto something, so you'll never get it where it goes the other way. That will be a pull-off, as you'll see next. So, again, we need our start and our end, right? We need the beginning and the end of the journey as well as the journey that's involved. So with this, the first thing is your beginning note, your origin, is going to be your picked note. So we'll say open on string 4. And then to bring the hammer down, what I'm going to do is fret onto number 2 on string 4. And I just need to bring it down and finish as if I could pick it and voice the note. And so I'm going to bring it down with enough force that you can hear it and that it holds. Does that make sense? Again, think of a hammer coming down, bam, you're hammering on that note, but you've got to hold it so that you could pick it afterwards and know that the note's there. So don't come away like this. Right, you want to hold. Make sure it voices. So that's a 0 to 2. You can do that on string 3. That's done quite often as well. Yeah. So origin note picked. Journey is making sure you hold it down. Destination is holding it down, but your journey is making sure you bring the hammer down with enough force that you can hold that note. Right then. Can we hammer on between 2 notes that are fretted? Yes, we absolutely can, and we are going to do that with a 2 to 3 hammer on the 3rd string. So I'm going to pick the 3rd string, I'm going to fret it with my index, and then you can use either your middle or your ring finger to voice that 3rd fret. So I'm going to pick it, and then bring my middle finger down to that 3rd fret to do the hammer, to voice that. Again, we're not picking 2 notes, we're not doing... It's the hammer that's voicing that 2nd one for us. And like I say, you can use ring if you want as well. So can we hammer on between 2 different frets then? We were able to with the slide. Well, let's take a look. We can, right, but you don't see it quite as often and quite as much as you do the slide. It's not quite as nimble, it's a bit harder to reach for. But the sort of ones that you're going to come across are going to be something like a 1 to 3 hammer on string number 2. Right? Or some weird ones like if you're playing a G chord down by the 7th, 8th and 9th frets, you're going to sometimes see a 7 to 9. But that's for another day. Right, so for now, we know we can do an open string to a hammered one. That's quite generally the way I would say hit pause and play those. Those are the ones that you'll learn the action more. But practice some 2 to 4 on string 3. And can you get the 2 note sounding? Remember, origin note is played. Journey is going to be making sure you bring the hammer down with enough voice that you can then hear your destination note on that 4th fret. When you're building strength, it might be hard to hear the next one. It might be... But keep building it up to be able to just snap that finger down so you can hear it. Yeah? Cool. So those are the sort of 2 you're going to see. So if you want to practice them, practice open to 2, string 4 and string 3. And then I would say 2 to 3 on string 3, 2 to 4 on string 3, and maybe 1 to 3 on string 2. Now, little tip is generally the way that I like to do it is when I'm fretting between 2 strings, right? Between 2 notes, I'm going to be playing the 2nd and hammering the 4th. You'll see I leave my index finger down underneath it. And as long as I don't need this elsewhere, I'll always generally leave that down. It gives me a stronger sort of body to it. But you can move it away once you've reached your destination. because it's only that note that's actually going to sound. So whichever suits you for that, really.